Thanks so much to all newcomers, all new subscribers. Look at this. Let's start with the blurry stuff. This is the good stuff. Researchers, be attentive. Is it a glass dome? Seriously? Or is it a city? Because it's block-like. We're looking at New York City inside of a crater, guys. This is the real thing. You can't help but wonder if every myth of gargoyles, dragons, demons, spirits, you know, would they come from here? We're looking at cities, like a moon-like, movie-like area. Just incredible. Could it exist? Everything that we know that is a myth, could it all be real? Now, these are just thoughts. I have a very open mind. So now we're going to look at what I believe is a towering structure to the right. Of course, you'd have to turn your head a little bit, but you'll see it. I'm going to grab a still from this little pass here. Look carefully, right there. So I kept it. Let's take a quick look. So turn your head to the right. That's a tower. It could be a rock, okay, but like I said, it's towering. I'm not inventing things here. We can see it on the surface there. Little things that we don't notice. And of course, we're seeing it in the white spectrum, so it's hard to see detail on these structures. Whether these are lava tubes, ridges, or structures, or activity modules, habitat modules, you know, it's up there. These things are amazing, a real archaeological site up there. So we hear in science that NASA says they want to build their first base inside of a lava tube, that possibly these lava tubes are hollow. And they would be protected against asteroids, meteors, etc., anything that debris, radiation, because these are supposedly natural tubes. What I'm seeing a straight path, like a perfectly symmetrical, cylindrical pipe or tunnel or train tunnel, whatever it may be. But there is a road that is uneven beside it, following it. So there's a road that follows the path of this tunnel, electrical current. Who knows, guys? This could be anything. It could be anything. It could be an ancient setup. It could be an inhabited, recently operated now setup. Who knows? Until we get up there, until us, the civilians, get up there, which I don't think is going to be for another 100,000 years or whatever. Aristarchus crater at the top, Copernicus at the bottom. Look what's in between. A very big, almost perfect rectangle with a depth and blue colors. This is not seen. I really appreciate your interest, guys, for taking the time to check this out. This is why I'm presenting you just regular photos today. Straight up shots that the color is appearing in the photos. And we're looking at what structuring we can see without any enhancement or any adjustments. And adjustments meaning hue, contrast, simple, guys. And when I bring this into a 3D program, what it does is it will take this square, it will lie it down on a table, and it will show you a very minute elevated region surrounding what we are seeing already. And there's no manipulation. Sometimes 3D processing, it can change or manipulate a photo because there's different strengths you can apply to the processing. If it distorts the photo, you don't show it. The structures at the top right corner here, white. The buildings are like multi-faceted, if you want, with different angles and edges on it and some natural parts to it. And you see there's 2 or 3 buildings there to look like an end of a mountain from the ejecta. And the closer you zoom in, the more astonishing it is. And you see that the virtual truth is there and that there really is no manipulation to do. The structures you're seeing in white there are massive and could have other structuring on top of it, most likely. The ground level structures are beside it. The structures and outlining and objects have the same reflectivity as the surface, therefore cannot be seen at all. Well, it's causing us to see actual blurs that appear on the cameras. Sometimes that's like smokes, and I do believe that we are seeing smoke. I am seeing smoke of many colors or over lit areas, oscillating smoke, oscillating lights. So we definitely have movement down there, guys. It's understanding how we're seeing this movement and from which distance we're seeing this at. Major factor. There's no doubt in my mind that the moon structures were built in consideration to Earth, meaning that they were built to look natural with the moon's surface and blend in so that not to attract the human eye from us here on Earth. But that would mean that they had visited Earth most likely, or that they at least knew about our species. And if we're still here and they haven't heard us yet, I'm just trying to encourage some of you not to be fearful. Now, no one's ready for this right now, but there's a new type of structure I found, a different wavelength. It's a gray that looks like smoke, but very symmetrical. Look at the bottom here. That's where they are. And they are of a gray that are sort of luminescent, but not quite. Right there under my finger. All the paths all over the surface, guys. There's so much I'm finding right now. When the summer arrives, I'll have plenty of time to take my time. Look at the triangle on the surface with all the tunnels and structure. Do you pause this, rewind it, and take a look at what you just saw? It's the surface of the moon, guys, and it's on Earth's side, by the way. Finding out what was on the surface of the moon for me, surprisingly, was not that astonishing, as I had always doubted that there was something up there, but for some reason, um, whoo, I don't know, guys. I'm attracted to the moon. Um, what I found up there for me changed my life. I've accepted what's up there. You can see my name here on the bottom of a video still to see the surface. You see what we're looking at? See how many texturings there are for those structures? I mean, there's a crater over here with a pipe going down inside of it. Yeah, shadows my ass, okay? Dark structures and white structures, all right? That's what we're seeing. In the ejecta, most everywhere and anywhere on the surface of the moon, there are formations, tunnels, pipes, anomalies, curious objects that leave you to believe that the moon was manipulated. The surface was, most definitely. Here, a very, very close to the surface structure. Do you understand how small this is in the photos? This is what I wish you guys would compare this to the edge of a penny, okay? Just the outer edge of a thickness. And zooming up into this with a magnifying lens makes the area look wider and we can see the structures. I was able to do that. The magnification technique process is working, and more we're going to see the entire surface of the moon, depending on the weather and depending on you know, when we get a nice view, when the atmosphere is low, dull, and not moving too much, not oscillating. That's why, and they say in the winter, cold weather, it's a lot clearer because the atmosphere isn't so disturbed here in Canada anyways. I have like an hour more of footage in the video here, but I'm going to make a second one. Thanks to the contributors. Thanks for joining me, guys. Newcomers, everyone that's here, welcome. You know, you have questions. I am entirely alone doing all of this. So please be patient. And the worst part of having a channel like this is not being able to see all the comments. I swear to you. I thrive off the comments. I appreciate the appreciation. And every 2 or 3 days, I go through many comments. Check out WSO YouTube channel.